Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel and my creative life. I am creating a pretty crafty thing with Genly Schoolcraft products. And what I have is from the Stamps of Life, I have a die set and also stamps of balloons and also stars. But I'm just going to use the balloons today. I went through my scrap pile and I'm grabbing some really bright fun colors, the red, the yellow, I love the teal, and that really pretty bright blue. Now, I decided to use a Versamark ink pad to add some pattern or those stamped images to the paper. And the reason why I did the Versamark is I think I could have done this in, lots of different ways. So one, I could have just cut balloons out just with the colors, because even that would have been really fun. I could have stamped with the coordinating colors, like let's say I used a darker teal ink with that teal paper, etc. Or I could have done whites, blacks, any colors really. But I really wanted like a tone on tone and also a very subtle tone on tone. And that's why I went ahead with the Versamark ink. But really you can do whatever you want with these. I love the different patterns on the balloons because they all are a little bit different. Bigger dots, smaller dots. There's like a what do you call that? Like harlequin stripes, etc. But I just love it. And there's two different sizes of balloons. Now, when I stamped this on the paper, I decided to stamp first and then cut. The problem with this one, and this is my first go around, is I stamped that smaller balloon just a little too close to the larger one. And that's why I have to cut them out individually instead of, both at the same time, because that was my plan to save some time, but obviously that didn't work. So I went ahead and did the big one first. Now I'm going to do the small one. And then I have a little bit of that paper left. So I thought, you know what? Let me see. Is it easier to stamp first and cut, or cut first and stamp? So we're going to find that out. So what I decided to do is, nope, not the small one. I want the bigger one. So I'm going to go ahead and put that die on there. Trim off a little bit just so it slides in there easily. And I'm just using my Sizzix Sidekick, so it's a little bit smaller and easier to handle. And you can see there how easy it is to work on this thing. It's so quick. So there it is cut out. Now I'm going to stamp on top of it. I'm going to tell you folks, it was no difference. It's probably really just more of a preference on what you want to do. I believe I end up just stamping first and then cutting, just because in my mind it just worked out better, because I was able to stamp at one point and then cut out at one point, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to really quick ultra speed on the different colors. As a matter of fact, I don't even show you the red and the blue, but I'm just doing the exact same thing, stamping, cutting to cut all these balloons out for my cards. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I know I didn't need all these different colors for one card, but because this was such a simple design, I thought I'm going to make a lot of cards, because why not? We always need birthday cards. So there you go. So let me talk a little bit about that Genly Schoolcraft website. So it is a budget-friendly, low-cost scrapbooking, card making, crafting supply website, and you're going to find lots of items. Many are brand new, and also there's some that are gently used. Now these are products that are retired or discontinued, or things like that. And I'm telling you right now, amazing prices. And so you will be shocked at how good these prices are. I was so happy to find this website, and then I was so happy to be picked to be on the design team. So I created this card. I had a bunch of card bases, and they're in my stash, and these are a little bit smaller than A2. It's probably got another title for them, but I'm not sure what it is. But these cards were 4 by 5.25, so they're a 1/4 inch smaller than your standard A2. But I do have envelopes that go with them, so it works out perfectly. I cut that white piece to 3 3/4 by 5. And now I'm just going to just put some blue ink around the edges. And I kind of do like a little oval shape in the middle part. And the thing that's fun, and I didn't even think about it so much, but it really looks like clouds. And I think it really matches with the balloons to give it like a floating in the air kind of feeling. So I was really happy with that. And before I forget, because I was on a roll with my Genly Schoolcraft website, I will put the link to the website down in the information box, as well as a code to get 10% off, which is just using my first name, which is Dorleen. So I'll have the exact spelling in the information box. I'll also have a link to my blog, and anything else you may need to know will be there as well. So back to the card. I'm just using some liquid adhesive to adhere the balloons to the card, and again, super easy. I'm using my precision glue gun or glue press, which is always really nice. So I started creating this. I was at a retreat that was in a higher altitude where I normally am. So my glue was just like oozing out, and it was just like the weirdest thing. So I ended up wasting a lot, and I was so mad because that glue is just so good. But, you don't think about those kind of things when you're packing your stuff. To add some sparkle and some more fun and festive look to these cards, I'm using some clear stickles. I did take down some yellow and also a blue, but I thought the clear was so much easier, and it just kind of sparkled a lot better. I love this look. I just randomly put them everywhere. I know a lot of times we say, oh, we need to have odd numbers, or it needs to be in a triangle look. You know what? I was just putting some sparkles down. I used a black fine tip pen to draw the string, and I really wished as an afterthought that I drew the lines first and then added the balloons kind of on top. So, one more thing, again, it's kind of like experimenting with your products and placement and all that other fun stuff. So because the stickles are still wet, I used the liquid glue on the card base, which I don't normally do, but I knew it was about 1/4 inch smaller. So I just kind of added that glue more, with a little bit of a border so it wouldn't, seep out too much. And then I just pressed it all down. But isn't that so fun? I think this turned out so cute, and it's so simple. And I feel like it could be given to any age or gender or, any person who's having a birthday. And because I had some leftover balloons, I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and do 2 more cards, which I did pretty much the exact same thing. I did change the greeting or the sentiment a little bit, and this time I did draw the lines first and my little kind of faux looking bows, but basically exact same thing. So I have 3 super cute cards. I hope you do like this, and if you do, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post at least 2 videos a week, and I'd love to have you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.